Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the expansion Nashville Blues. And I am back right before the beginning of the postseason. That's a good sign, right? Means we are in the playoff hunt. We are 82 and 71. The White Sox have sort of run away and hidden with things a little bit. You can see we were 16 and 13 in August. We're 6 and 6 so far here in September, and I brought us back right before a 3-game series against Chicago. And it looks like our first game is going to be against a Nielsen Shankin. It sounds like if somebody who had never watched Star Wars tried to say Anakin Skywalker. Anelson Shankin. But yeah, we are 82 and 71. 4 games out of first place. We are 2 games up in the wild card, and things have been fun. I guess is probably the best way to put it. Fernando Tatis averaged a bit low, only hitting 226, but has 13 home runs in 43 games for us. He's driven in 26, putting up an 838 OPS. Barber's been electric. Only way to describe it. 359, 402, 636 in 57 games. 3 WAR in 57 games for us. His contract demands went up. Probably should have signed him when I had the opportunity, but we still have him for another couple of years, so I'm not too terribly worried about that. But yeah, he's been great. Tatis has been good. Ezekiel Santoyo is 13 for his first 32 with a couple of home runs, hitting 406 in his first 9 games. He is taking to the majors quite well. Yeah, it's been interesting. Our 2 big minor league offensive outfielders. We got Juan Rivera, who's our first-round pick 2 years ago. Top overall pick is acclimating himself nicely to AA. He will stay in AA. He'll start next season in AAA. Block was our first-round pick this year. It's been a little bit rougher for him, but still not a problem, just below a 100 OPS. The ratings aren't quite there yet, so he's probably not going to be ready next season. But those are my 2 big ones. Oh, excuse me. Chandler got hurt again. Yeah, his ratings got a bit of a bump as well. Looking forward to having him up sooner rather than later. So, yeah, I mean, if we look at... sorry, let me shut that off. But if we look at the full offense, it's showing their minor leagues too. So Barber at 6.4 WAR on the season. Garcia, 51 home runs for Junior Garcia, 118 runs knocked in. Tatis, 2.7 WAR. Dougie Blinman having another good year for us, 2.7 WAR. Cunningham, 282 average. He's been really good at second base. Olvera's been just okay. I expected more than that out of him offensively. I'm hoping maybe there's still some growth to happen there. If not, though, it may be somebody that we potentially look to move. It's not like we are strapped for cash, but, next year's only making $5 million, so whatever. Chris Hall's been not great. I mean, the OBP is, what we were expecting. He's giving me a little bit of pop. He's okay at third base, but he is replaceable, as is Vaughn Grissom. Pecchia, now our 4th outfielder. Doing okay. And then Arroyo, Kendrick, and Guy. Yeah, Guy, I mean, the power's there. He's got 18 home runs in 125 games, but, yeah, I need more out of him, or we might be looking for a new first baseman as well. Yeah, and then pitching. Sincere Chisholm, 5.6 WAR for Chisholm, 3.21 ERA. Kevin Michael, our 1-2 punch of Chisholm and Michael is just fantastic. Michael 10 and 6, 201 strikeouts already, 2.6 ERA. 2 of them combined for over 10 WAR already. Kalen Drew, it's been really good as a bullpen. We've had some good numbers from our pitching staff. Serena's not been good. He had a really good stretch in July. He was actually quite good in July and August, but bad in May, really bad in June, and really bad so far in September. So, excuse me, we are short an arm. I think we need another starter, and we don't really have one in the minor leagues. So maybe the offseason will bring us another arm, but that's a problem for not now. So we're going to go ahead and sim the rest of the regular season, see if we can make our first postseason, and then go from there. So game 1 against the White Sox. It's a 6-5 win. So we move within 3 games of first place. Lindman 2 for 5. Grissom with a 3-run homer. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Santoyo with 2 more hits. Madrid gets the win. Excellent. Game 2 against the White Sox. That's not good. 10-2 loss. We take 2 out of 3. Take 2 out of 3 in Chicago. So we are 3 games out of the lead. We get home run for Blindman. Little goes 5 shutout. And we got a day off followed by Oakland and Minnesota. Frausto eligible to come off the DL. We'll put him on a rehab assignment. First game at home against the A's. Ooh, 16-9 loss. 5-3 wins. So we've rotated wins and losses for the last 10 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 in our last 10, which is fine as long as we're winning more than we're losing. But Barber 4 hits, Blindman 2 hits and an RBI. Hall and Santoyo each homer. Serna only gives up 2 hits. There we go. Back-to-back wins for the first time in 2 weeks. 10-7. We give up 17 hits and still manage to win the game. And Santoyo again, 4 RBIs, a home run. Garcia's up to 54 bombs now. Tatis average with us down to 227. Barber's up to 361 as a member of the Blues. 3.1 WAR in 63 games is absolutely insane. Chisholm is 16-8. We got 3 games left. I think, did we make, let's check, let's look at the pennant race. So their magic number is 2 to clinch the division. Our magic number to clinch a wild card spot is 1. So a win or a Baltimore loss, and we clinch our first postseason ever. Let's see what happens in game 1 against Minnesota. There's our win. We're still 2 games out of first place. We do still have an outside shot at the division if the White Sox lose their last 2 games and we win our last 2. But Garcia hits his 55th. Santoyo drives in another couple runs. Another win. We're 2 games out. Okay, so Chicago won again. So we're going to end up as the wild card, but I'll take it. Considering we're in our 2nd season, I will certainly take it. We get 3 RBIs from Tatis. Yeah, Chicago clinches. Let's play the last game of the year. 5-1 win. Wow. That was quite the run down the stretch for us. We won our last 6, I think. Yeah, 6 in a row. That's... Hall goes 3 for 5. Grissom has 2 RBIs. Michael goes 8. How many games in a row did we win? Our last 5. Yeah, they won their last 3. We made it interesting though. 89-73 in our 2nd season. Finished the month of September 13-8. So other than May, every single month was a winning season for us. 34-16 in 1-run games goes to show exactly how good our bullpen was. Bennett 45 saves. Salin True was 8-0. All right, so we got the Red Sox. So what do we got to do with our pitching staff, or our playoff roster, I should say? Is there anybody not on the playoff roster that should be? No. But we do need to We're going to take Serna out. Actually, I don't think I can take Serna out. No, I can. I can. Because tomorrow will be... We get another day of rest here leading into the series. Right. So now we should be in a position where Chisholm is rested. Yep. That means Little can go tomorrow. Michael can go in a couple of days. And then Madrid. Or it might be Madrid than Michael, actually. Are they able to leave everything the way it is? Mop up. I don't want those guys pitching in important spots. I had 2 relievers pitch 100 innings this year. Well, Balderas was a starter, to be fair, for part of the year. Bennett we can bring in early. Lineups, I think we're good to go. Yep. Let's get to it. We got the Red Sox. Let's take a look at the Boston Red Sox. 90-72 there. Great pitching, great defense. Wow. How very un-Red Sox-like. They had the worst offense, one of the worst. They were basically us. Terrible offense, great pitching, great bullpen, great defense. They're missing their best bat. Luis Vega looks like he's okay, but it's not a very good offense. Wow. That's a pretty impressive season. As is Sir Walter Breckel. Damn. That's good. All right, let's get to it. Who are we? We're Nashville. All right, Sincere Chisholm against Spencer Strider in Game 1. Chisholm gets destroyed. We lose 8-0. He doesn't make it out of 3. This could be a quick postseason. Game 2, Little against Yuri Perez. Series tied at 1. We win 2-1 in 11 innings. Hall with a run-scoring single. Dougie Blindman with a home run. We get 7 innings of 1-run ball. I think we go Michael on short rest. Will it be on short rest? I think it will be. These games are all back-to-back to back. Yeah, it's short rest. We're going to go Michael on short rest. I'd rather go Michael on short rest versus Madrid. I think. Probably come back to burn me, but let's see. Wow. We win 1-0. We scored 3 runs in the entire series and won the series. We had 1 run on 2 hits. Hall with a home run in the 5th. Michael only goes 4 2/3. That is nuts. We win the posts. We win the wild card round with 3 runs. I'm not going to complain about it. Not going to complain about it. Who are we playing? We don't know yet. Cubs, or the White Sox, rather. 91-71. Best offense in the American League. Pitching and defense is, or their pitching's bad, their defense is average. They've got Caden Flager. Cadern Flager. First baseman who can rake. Brandy Rosario. Second baseman with some pop. I think he's a free agent after this year. He was somebody I've looked at a couple of times. May take a run at him in the offseason. It's good offense. Good offense. Moises Ballesteros, former Cub farmhand. I think we traded him to Texas back in the day. Is that right? Yep. For Bubba Thompson, who's still going. Bubba's still going strong. Look at that. He's ended up having a really solid career. 3 seasons with the Cubs. Then put up 4 wins with Houston. And then he's been a 2+ win player every year. Pretty good career for Bubba Thompson. Almost 2,000 hits, almost 200 home runs. Good for him. Easy to get sidetracked, right? All right, let's get to it. Is it Madrid or can we go Chisholm? He's 100% rested, so we're going to go Chisholm. Because he was so bad in Game 1. We may have to go Chisholm Madrid, because I don't think Little will be rested enough to go in Game 2. Yeah. That's fine. All right, Chisholm against Chesser. Nashville. So we've scored 5 runs in 4 games, and we're 3-1. Garcia with an RBI. Olvera with an RBI. Chisholm throws 5 1/3. Gives up an unearned run. I think we have to go... Yeah. We got to go Madrid. Madrid, then Little, then Michael, right? Yeah. All right. We lose 6-3. Barber's hitting .062 in the postseason. That's not going to get it done. Yeah, Madrid wasn't great, but that's fine. We now have Little and Michael going in games 3 and 4, which I can't really complain about. And we're back at home. Can we continue this magical run? We're down 2-1. We lose this game 3-2. Rosario hits a home run. We get 2 hits and an RBI from Santoyo. Little wasn't bad. Kalen Drew gives up a run and he loses. All right, Brandon Pfaadt against Kevin Michael in Game 4, and we lose the series 3-1. We scored 5 runs in that game, so it's better than how we had been doing. Is this Luis Cabrera that played for the Cubs? It sure is. He was claimed on waivers. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, we lose in our first playoff series. We win our first playoff series. It was the wild card round against the Red Sox, and we take on the White Sox in the ALDS, and we lose 3-1. Our offense was not good in the postseason when I didn't do internationals, which it's not time yet. Really. Interesting. All right, let's get to the International Showcase. Blue Jays, White Sox, Rockies, D-backs. So I'm really happy with the way our first 2 years have gone. Got plenty of money to spend. I'm thinking about whether or not I want to bring back Tatis. We have 6.7. I can probably get that up to 7.4 if there's somebody I really want. Not a lot of great pitchers. I keep yawning. I apologize. I am super tired. I actually had to leave my house today, believe it or not, for work. Couldn't just stay home. I had to, my gosh, I had to actually leave the house. And who wants to do that? Seriously. Let's invite those guys. I'm seeing a lot more big bat, no defense type guys in the international world, which is fine, I guess. Um, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It is what it is. But I've noticed that as of late, I'm seeing fewer and fewer strong gloves in internationals and more bat potentials. Like this is probably, and we're probably dumping all of our money into one of these players just based off of their demands and where the league interest will end up, I'm sure. But all right, so it's the Blue Jays and the Rockies. Interesting. Cool. The Rockies. Wow. Colorado Rockies. Let's go. Are your 2034 World Series champions. The Nashville Blues made it. I will take that. All right. $180 million payroll, which gives us $59 million this year and only $32 next year. Why is that? Oh, Mike Barber goes from 920 this year to 10 to 22. Yeah, we go up to $132 million. But that's fine. I mean, like, I'm not offering, like, right off the bat, Darwin's and Hernandez can go away. So Barber wants 10, which is more than the 8 he wanted initially. So if I offer him 5 years, 11, 24, 30. Ugh. What if I go 4 years? What if I go 3 years? Oh, you wouldn't do 3 years. That doesn't save me any money. So I'm not interested in that. So let's do 1 year at 9.75. 9.8. Cam Collier. I mean, he didn't really play for us at all. Didn't play much in AAA either. He's got a good glove. I want to bring Cunningham back, obviously. Bennett will bring back. I thought about trading Bennett a couple of times. I'm glad I ended up not, especially at $2.5 million. Christian Little at 7.5, 31. 3 years at 10 for Little. How many years of ARB does he have left? I guess that's part of this. Just next year. Okay, so next year's contract is up. I mean, he's been really good. I think if we replace Little's money or Carlson's money with Little and then trade Carlson. So 3 years he wanted 10 million. So can I back it off $1 million? Okay. So 3 years, $9 million for Christian Little. I am good with that. Gives him a little bit more this year and then a little bit less the next 2 seasons. Do I need to bring Collier back? Who's my backup third baseman? I don't really have one. I mean, I guess it's Atencio, right? But he can't hit at all. I think we need... Oh, no. Yeah, I think we need to bring him back for 1 more year. Because hopefully by the end of next season, Chandler will be ready. And he'll be our starting third baseman. So that's sort of the hope. Is there anything else we need to do? Rivera and Santoyo are in the top 10. So that was a good run for Santoyo, 24 for 63. Give us a full WAR in 17 games. I think that's it. So we need to now just go ahead and do some simming. Little signed, Collier signed, fan extension for Barber, which not that we need it. I mean, we're still at 100. Yeah. Fans love Jim Bennett. Oh, I did want to look at minor league free agents. So what does Tatis want? 5 years, $26 million a year. I'm not giving a 35-year-old a 5-year contract. Oh, man, we got a lot of minor league free agents. I'm just going to offer them all. And then if I need to waive, I need to release some coming up, I can. But some of these guys, like Justin Henry Malloy, had a really good season in AAA. Those are some decent numbers. Gloves, Christian Little, and that's it. This was somebody I was looking at trading for, I think, a couple of years ago with the Cubs, right? Anyway, on the Gold Glove at first base. Best reliever, Noah Dean, no surprise there. Then Munoz and Breckel. So no Bennett. Platinum Stick. Junior Garcia, no surprise. Really, Corbin Carroll? I mean, I guess because he played the full season with the Yankees, that's fine, but there's no way he had a better season than our guy. Just wasn't a thing. Next, what do we got? Rookie of the Year. Olvera finished 4th with his .213 batting average. Ian Burke at 301. Wow, I like that. Top prospect in the game over at third base. He's going to be really good. He's going to be really good. Manager of the Year. Not me, really? Jimmy Van Ostrand of the Angels. Interesting. And Chris Saenz of the Rockies. Kevin Michael won the Cy Young. We had 1-2 in the Cy Young in the American League. Michael and Chisholm. Huh. Who would have thunk? Love it, though. Love it. They're both fairly cheap, right? What's Chisholm making? Yeah, 12, 13, 15, 15. Michael's still making the minimum. Cool. You like that. You like it when you're when the Cy Young is are your two starters. Roshin from Baltimore from Toronto rather is the MVP. We had Garcia there in 7th with his 55 home runs and 126 RBIs. Arbitration hearings. We don't have any arbitration hearings. And now we will get to free agency. And I'm going to take a quick pause at free agency, so I will be back in just a minute. All right, we're back. That was quick. And let's see. Do we have any international players that are interesting? Because we've got money to burn. He's not a shortstop. We get a scouting report, but it's with a 60 range. He's not a shortstop. Nah, there's not really anybody here. All right, free agents. We got anybody who's really, 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 really good? Jerome Santana is a free agent, and he wants $41 million. Man knows what he wants. Tatis is up over 35, so he looks like he could be a one and done. Jordan Lawler wants $45 million. All right, what do we need? Pitching staff, I think, is in okay shape. We could use another pitcher, I think. Yeah, I mean, we could use another starter to put in here. I would rather have Madrid in the bullpen. I mean, Balderas, yeah, his ratings have dropped. I don't know that Balderas is that guy anymore. I don't like him, and no one likes him anyway. All right, so we could use another starting pitcher. Right now, that's basically it. We could use another our bullpen is fine. Offensively, Rivera's starting in AAA. Chandler's going to start in AA. Boardman, he was our draft pick this past year, right? Yeah, he's going to start in AA as well. No one is ready for the majors yet. So from a lineup perspective, Santoyo at first, Cunningham at second. Yeah, I mean, I think first, second is all set. I mean, Grissom gave us a win at shortstop. His contract goes up this year, right? No, it goes down. It went down to 7.5, right? Left side of the infield, but again, if we picked up a third baseman, it would be for a year. Shortstop is a need. Catcher is a need. We can stick Pecchia back in left if we have to, but so we get $68 million to play with. Why is Brady House a 65 overall? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. I mean, that's really the player I want, but not at $45 million. Are you insane? Gavilan looks like a pretty elite second baseman, but the bat's kind of meh at this point. Again, we could always just go back to Tatis, see what happens with his demands as we get a little bit further into free agency, because I'm not willing to spend that kind of money on him. And nobody... I mean, I would like Lawler, but I don't know that I can spend that kind of money on him. So let's look at starting pitchers. Those are all bullpen arms. Kane Elmy, but he's fragile. Why is he only $6 million? It's because of the stamina? I don't know. He looks pretty good. That 35 the 35 stamina is a little rough, but $40 million for Giralmi. Ended up having a really nice career with the Cubs. Wouldn't mind picking him up, but not at 41. Libaki, I like that. I mean, that's like no money at all. Sure. And Alfonso at 6 feels like a no-brainer to me. 2 years at 5? You would. Okay. I really want Lawler, but I'm not prepared to give him $40 million a year. At least not for 5 years. I mean, I would do like that. Oh, not 4. Like I might do something like that. Yeah, he's not interested in that. All right, let's just sim ahead a week or so and see what we get. I can't. Oh, God, that's so much money. A lot of people are interested. Has anybody offered a contract? No, nobody has offered either of those two guys a contract, and that's we have to. Oops. Do we have to go? Do we have to do this, or have we already done that for the month? Yeah, we gotta do that. All right, let's sim ahead another week. I would love to have Lawler up at the top of my lineup. Looks like someone signed him. So Santana ended up going 5 years, $185 million. That's a lot of money for a pitcher in his late 30s. And then Lawler went to Vancouver. He got his money. Got 5 years, $44.5 million per. I wasn't going to spend that kind of money on it, so. Tatis is still there. Offering him 3 years at I'm not comfortable with that. Not comfortable with that, but we are going to be bad offensively again without another bat in our lineup. I guess we can do something like this. So our top 4 is going to be fine, but below our top 4, it's really bad. I don't understand why Brady House. It's got to be because he's a two-way player, sort of. Vlad is a decent bat against lefties still. And we could sign Gavilan and put him at third. But again, that doesn't solve the problem with the offense. We can afford it. Casey Sauk. Dominguez, but he's wrecked. I wouldn't mind Casey Sauk and just stick him in left. can we get him without giving up, like, a big piece? If I gave you, what if I included, what's his name? Nope. Let's see if that's close at all. No, you want Juan Rivera. Okay. That's not going to happen. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's get to the trade, the winter meetings, and see if there's anything different. All right, so we signed Labaki. I mean, not a earth-shattering deal, but gives us some more depth in the in our pitching staff. How'd the Beavers do last year? 73-89. They finished in last. Their offense is not good. Their pitching staff is not good, and they only have one top 100 prospect. So we have rebuilt quicker than they have. I am pleased with that. All right, trade block. I mean, Dominguez wouldn't be bad, assuming he can stay healthy. At least we didn't get an immediate no, so let's see if there's any interest there. Okay. Bring in Jason Dominguez. He can play third base. He can play left field for us. It's not a. I mean, that's not a. I mean, he has no splits at all. Wow. Some of these players, man, there is some talent in our league. Well, I know that I can make that deal now, so that's good. $60 million. I don't know. Maybe we make the deal for Dominguez. I think I can do that. Dominguez for Balderas. Sure. Cool. All right, so we get ourselves another bat. Dominguez is not a center fielder, though. We're going to play him in left. So it gives us a little more depth. Puts us 1 through 5, not in a terrible place. Still gives us a decent middle infield with Cunningham and Grissom. Hall, I mean, he was good at third last year. Wait, he's got a... Shit. I didn't realize he had a contract for next year, too. Alright, well, it is what it is. Can we... I don't want to bring back a bigger contract. Shoot. All right. Well, that was my first dumb decision here as a member of as the leader of the Nashville Blues. Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of 3-win seasons. Looks like last year he gets hurt all the time, but if we can get 20 home runs, 60 RBIs, 10 to 15 stolen bases and 3 wins, I guess I'll take it. And it still leaves us with $40 million to play with, right? Let's bump ticket prices again. 26. All right. Let's go to the Rule 5. We have to hope that he stays healthy. So we lose Tatis. Yeah, that's fine. Fan interest is still at 100. Perfect. And my guess is we will get a budget increase. Fans love Michael Alfonso, because of course they do. My guess is we'll get a budget increase because we're already seeing a bump here in potential revenue per game. Rule 5. They don't like the fact that we let Irv Carter go. I'm sorry to hear that. What was I gonna do? I was gonna go here. Do internationals. Yeah, it's very high for everybody, so we're gonna pick a player that we want, go after him, and then that'll be that. And I think it's got to be Granados, even though he doesn't really have a position that bad is too much to pass up, I think. So the Rule 5 is on Christmas Day. Come on. You got nothing better to do on Christmas Day than a Rule 5 draft? Anybody we need to put on our 40? I mean, there shouldn't be. We haven't been around long enough. All these veterans, that's fine. Any of those veterans are taken, I will survive. Let's get to the Rule 5. We're picking 26th. Batting potential. Jorge Esparza looks okay. Not a lot there. Not a lot there. Jesus Bonilla. What about pitchers? Not impressed by this crop of Rule 5 guys, which I guess is good, right? It means that players are signing. That means they're being smart with their roster decisions. Googles. Googles. But I don't think I'm going to take anybody. Not going to take anybody, but I am going to go back to... We lost Xavier Isaac. That's fine. I am going to go back to the trading block. $33 million. I really would like Casey Sauk. Can play third. He's got the arm for third. I don't think I have the pieces to do it, though. Don't think I have the pieces to get it done. I didn't want Rivera. All right, that's not going to happen. All right, let's get up to next month. Dominguez, I don't think will be terrible. As long as he can stay relatively healthy, we can take on a contract like that and be okay with it. practice. Cool. Yep. So we have very strong relationships with everybody. So Granados, our scouting on him is only high, though. It's very high on everybody else, but I don't know. I mean, maybe someone like Mendoza as a second baseman has more value than someone like Granados. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just have to decide when we get there, I guess. All right, well, we're there. So, it's not going to be Castillo. Changeup doesn't develop. He's not terrible, but not for $3 million when I can just invest that money elsewhere. So we got Ayala, Granados, and Mendoza. Granados has no position. He's literally a DH. I think we're going to go after Mendoza. He's got the high work ethic. Yeah, I think we go after Mendoza. 3.6. So we offer him 6, I guess, and see how that goes. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. And I can't offer him enough. All right. Let's go to Ayala now. Let's offer him 6. All right, we got him. Luis Ayala, a 16-year-old. Looks like a really good bat. I don't know, maybe a second baseman. Got decent enough range for second base. I don't know that he's going to be ever really good enough to play the infield, but all right, let's get up to the preseason and see if we got a bump to our... We got a trade proposal. Dylan Dodd, Gregorio Ramirez, and Kevin Cook. That's 3 bad... Well, I mean, Ramirez isn't terrible, but I like Atencio. I like the defense for Atencio still. Just get to the preseason, see if we get a bump to our budgets. We did another $12 million. That puts us at $50 million for this year, 41 potential for next season. With some additional money potentially coming off the books. I bet we can move... Well, Cern is a player option next season. I bet we can move him. Same thing with Carlson. At Carlson, I'm going to try to move before the season starts this season. Olvera, this will be sort of a make-or-break season for him. Yeah, we jump up to 142 and then 161. We can afford that. Oh, God, look at Barber's numbers. That's ridiculous. Might try to sign him long-term or longer-term, get him out here to like 2039 and see if we can get him for, you know, in the low 30s. But yeah, we've got some... We've got... Sorry, I just got a text message from my wife. So next season, I bet Rivera's with the team at some point during this upcoming season. I want that contact over 60, but once he gets up to 60, and then maybe 65 or 60 here, I see no reason to keep him in the minors. We've got Block and Chandler. Or Chandler just got better. Or Block just got better, rather. His Iron Discipline just got better. He just had a ratings bump. His potential eye increased. His overall increased. Yep. That's good to see. Chandler. We got a couple... Like, Block and Chandler with those batting eyes, maybe batting in front of Rivera going forward. Oh, it's going to be insane. If we put Barber batting leadoff, if we do Barber, Block... Chandler Rivera, or the other way around, or we're going to have a lot of options, or put Santoyo in the 3-hole in front. I don't know. We're going to have a lot of options offensively coming up. We do need to start thinking about our pitching staff, though, because I don't want that to get left behind. Chisholm, Little, and Michael are still a great 1-2-3. Picking up Plabaki, who will slide into the rotation along with Alfonso, I think will be a huge boon to us. That really lengthens our rotation. He's only a 35 stamina, so he's probably only going to give us 4.5 to 5 innings a start. But, if he can give us 5 innings a start at, 1 to 2 runs per, I think, I think he'll be fine. But, and I don't want to forget the fact that Chisholm is 30, Little is 31. Only Michael is young. Alfonso's 32, Hilabaki is 33. So we don't have a young starting pitching staff. So we are going to have to figure out what to do with our starting pitching here over the next couple of seasons. But I think right now we're okay. We've got money to make moves. Not that we have the pieces to make the moves for, but let's bump this to 36. Cool. So we are all set. We are good to go for this season. Where is our draft budget? Still $33 million. That's something I think we can. Let's get this to 6850. Let's just get these to where we don't need our draft budget at $33 million. Let's take our draft budget to 15. Now we've got more crazy money to go with. So yeah, we got plenty of money. There might still be a free agent or two. Andres Munoz was really, really good last season. Maybe we bring him in on a 1-year deal. Still a couple of decent bats out here. Nobody great, but a couple of decent bats if we want to try to get creative. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode, I think, guys. It's relatively quick. I am going to sim up to opening day, and I'm going to start something a little different here. I'm going to start doing the episodes a little differently, just based off some advice I got in Discord, just because there's the views on the videos have all been fine. No issues, absolutely no complaints with that. I'm trying to get some additional engagement. I want you guys to communicate with me. Ooh, Casey Schmidt. Do we make a run at Casey Schmidt? I think I might. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. But yeah, so I want to know. I want to get more engagement. I want you guys to kind of engage with me on my videos here. So I'm gonna sort of not cliffhangers, so to speak, but instead of doing the trade deadline all in one episode, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put together a few packages that maybe I like and have you guys give me some suggestions. Maybe we look at the draft and we don't go through the draft. I get to my pick and then kind of leave it there and say, these are some of the players I'm looking at. Who do you think I should take? These are some trades I'm looking at. Who do you think I should trade? And then in the off season, we'll get to the start of free agency as part of the end of an episode, and then you guys can kind of mull over who I should be looking at in free agency and try to get some input from you all. So that's going to do it, guys. I hope you are enjoying this playthrough. So our second season, we make the postseason. We went from 65 and 97 to 89 and 73. We are a cash-making machine. We've made almost $100 million in 2 seasons. So, yeah, things are looking good for the Nashville Blues. We are set up for success. So, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.